Welcome to our endless summer. We're Keely and Kullen, a travel couple in our 20s that sold everything we owned to RV full-time across the United States. With our 2 golden retrievers, Sunny and Mary Jane. Join us on our trip as we travel from Key West, Florida, back home to Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri for the summer. Our journey began driving across the many bridges that lead you out of the Florida Keys. Most of our views on the road were beautiful. We did come across a pretty crazy accident once we got back on the mainland in Florida. We ended our first day of driving in Naples, Florida, just in time for sunset as we set up the camper and got ready to have dinner. The next day we woke up bright and early to get back on the road and head north to New Smyrna Beach to stay with some family and take a break from RV life. Our third day on the road, we would finally get out of Florida and enter the state of Georgia. The roads were pretty quiet until we got just outside of Atlanta, and that is when the traffic became pretty insane. We made it on the other side of all that traffic just in time for sunset and got to enjoy the quiet roads and the pretty views. Our campground was at a marina/RV park, and it was nice to be staying on the water again. Next morning we got this little video of our RV setup. You can see we had a pretty great spot with a nice view of the water. It was a really quiet park. The only downside was we did have brown water. We had to run the hose for a while to get rid of that. The next day we would drive through Tennessee and parts of Kentucky on the way to our final destination for that night in Paducah. The traffic in Nashville was not as bad as Atlanta, but the hills were definitely a lot steeper, a little bit sketchier of a drive, especially when we ran into this rain. Here is our setup in Paducah, Kentucky. Kullen found a great little site right off the highway, so it was easy to get back on the road the next morning. Our last day on the road, we drove through our last big city between us and getting home, and that was St. Louis. After 5 days on the road, we finally made it home to Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, and this is the only video I have of our setup because we were so tired.